Mr. Adeni Ifetayo joins us live in the studio as we walk through the front pages this morning. Mr. Ifetayo, good morning.
Good morning.
Always good to have you on the show.
Thank you.
Big stories. I know the PDP Rivers matter will hog the headlines, but let's start off with the Nigerian Tribune. The Nigerian Tribune leads with something from the FCT minister. So yes, I guess it was correct after all. Obi will destroy PDP if he returns to party. Says politicians pushing Jonathan to contest in 2027 betrayed him in 2015. And he also adds, Tinubu will win next election. I should mention that this next election we're talking about, it's not next year. It is in 2 years' time. You almost think it is, in fact, in a few weeks' time. So what do you make of this? The FCT minister's work rate is mind-blowing. Had a major interview in the morning. In fact, he was in Rivers State over the weekend, voting, mobilizing, doing all of that, ensuring a win for both parties, to which he belongs officially and unofficially.
No, let's put it well to all his men in both parties.
There you go.
Yeah, so let's stop saying things like they are all his men, both in APC
so
and PDP.
the parties he belongs to officially and unofficially.
We have to give him that credit.
Then he's back in the nation's capital with the projects, the interviews, and now he's hosting a meeting again just late last night with those described as PDP stakeholders. So it's a lot playing out in the PDP, but what do you make of this? First, Obi will destroy PDP if he returns to party on the one hand, and later in the night saying, do not microzone these things, leave it at the south. And then you remember that he's going to work for President Tinubu.
All right, two things for me. First and foremost, saying that Obi will destroy PDP if he returns. You know, election is a game of numbers. The more you have people on your side, at least, the more likely that you have chances of winning. And, you know, I stand to be correct. I know there was a time FCT minister said that when they were asking him, will you go to APC, that he said that it's better to have a malaria than to go to a party that have cancer.
I was in Port Harcourt those periods.
So you can see, and Nigeria is very norm for us, especially for our politicians, so to say, that to cross carpet day before election or month before election and all of this. So saying that if we disrupt, of course, he's just doing the bidding of his paymaster, because at least he has to do his job. So, and also those, of course, those people who said that Jonathan should contest, some of them are those people who betrayed him. They felt that, okay, no, you've done enough. They work for the opposition. It's like this happened. So it's not surprising, but saying because one person will come to this party, you will be the one to say you don't want both the presidential ticket and national party to zone to a particular region. Now they have done it again, and you are saying that if somebody should come to this region, it's going to, no, all those one is just doing the bidding of his master. So I don't see anything that election is a game of numbers.
So it's nothing personal, it's just politics.
It's just politics that is playing out.
You know, as far as this election is concerned, we look at elections based on numbers.
Numbers, yes.
And the numbers in the immediate term we're looking at is Bola Tinubu, our president's 8.7. Atiku Abubakar 6.9. Obi's 6.1. And Kwankwaso's 1.4. All in millions. That eventually was the highlight of the last election. So you can understand the politics that people like our dear friend Wike is playing, because he knows where things can upturn. So it's for the people who are working with him to know how to play their own politics. So sometimes you don't have to blame the man for knowing his game.
Of course, yes, you can give it to him, yes.
Let's go to the Vanguard newspaper. Jonathan to Keyamo Odinkalu, keep off my political journey. Says, keep off my political, I don't need your counsel. I think this was coming from his brother, not directly from him, if what I read is correct. Jonathan 100% qualified for race, says Azibola, ex-president's cousin. He's being deceived, fielding Obi's spell doom for PDP. That's according to Wike. Adds, I won't run for president. And there's several other riders from other related subject matter as far as the issue of the 2027 election. So, as I always say, there's a lot of political hot air going on right now. What do you make of this boom?
Yes, of course, because since PDP has zoned their presidential ticket to the south, you know, even sometimes we've had it in this country, even when you're in your room, suddenly some of those sycophants in quote, they put up your poster, Kayode for presidency.
I'm voting. I vote.
So all those things is bound to happen, of course, and he have right to contest. I'm sure it was disputed before the last election, where whether he has right to vote, talking about two tenure or another section of the constitution saying you can only be sworn in 2 times and all of that. That one has been dealt with. So saying that it will cause a litigation in the courts, so that one is left for him, and I think it's been dealt with. But because of this now, of course, he has his right to contest and his right not to contest, but you can't dictate for him. You can't be more Catholic than a pope. Let's hear from him if he's going to run or not.
Let's hear from him. In fact, that's the statement, or the post, I should say, by the lawyer and the activist said that this is not a confirmation. In fact, that was the last statement. That, by the way, this is not a confirmation that he will run. So can we say this is Jonathan Sekeyamo, not Dinkalo, or this is just from a family member, a concerned advisor? In the meantime, let's move on to New Telegraph. New Telegraph leads with something that touches on Nigeria's foreign missions. And this is from the Minister of Foreign Affairs, saying that Nigeria's foreign missions facing financial challenges, says many unable to fulfill obligations to local staff, service providers. U.S. Embassy in Abuja, Lagos observed Labor Day, shut consulates. That's how New Telegraph reads this morning. So amidst all of this is the concerns around appointing an ambassador or not has lingered. It's 2 years plus now, and we don't have any of such. If this is a strategy, I mean, we don't know if this is just some sort of fix that the government is in, but does this maybe provide an insight for you? By the way, I've been to some of these missions, and I must say that they're always welcoming, very hospitable, but it won't look good if we're facing financial challenges.
Yeah, well, anyway, I think when they are making a budget, at least both internal and external factors are considered. So well, if a minister is saying that Nigerian mission abroad, they are facing financial challenges, I think it's something that they need to stand up and deal with, because it will be dealing a lot of blow with Nigerians over there, or who wants to do 1 or 2 things back at home or in those countries. So you can understand like what happened recently between when they say this is what we say we have signed with the Dubai, when they said that Dubai will now begin to give Nigerian visas and all of that, that the thing has been reversed, and they come out and say nothing of such until now. Even now, Turkey, as a Nigerian, you can't get a visa. In fact, it's not opening. So when you cannot make your obligation locally in those countries, how are you going to be able to provide services for example, the foreign investor that want to come in, or the Nigerian who are looking for partners, you know, to collaborate and all of that. So it's doing major blow to us. And I think one of the ministry that should be looking to for us to have that brand visibility is our Foreign Affairs Ministry, which deals with our foreign mission. And they should do something about it, because it will be demarketing us back at home.
This issue around not appointing ambassadors, I don't know. We'll definitely get to the end of it. But let's stay with the New Telegraph, where Vindicator says FG has finished court, jailed Simon Ekpa 6 years for terrorism. It's a page 4, 5, 6, and 27 read. Fagbemi Mahmood, MBA Hill, conviction. Ekpa not a member, IPOP. Are you surprised? What's going on? Finally, they caught him.
Yes, because no matter how, they said, no matter how you may cover a smoke, definitely it will have a way of escape. If you've been doing something and people are praising you, Yoruba say, whatever you yes, whatever you felt that you are doing, you are, getting away with it. A day, something will caught up with you that you pay dearly for it. So if he has made some statements that have caused violence, people, shutting down the economy on Monday, you don't go to work and all of that. So, and if international community say, you can't do that here. So, and I think it's a good one for and to serve as a deterrent that no matter where you may be trying to destroy or put fire at home or hiding under the pretense I'm a this country citizen because I have 2 passports, definitely the hand of the law will cut up with you. It's a good one.
Okay, let's go to the Guardian newspaper. As far as the Guardian, I always like how they put their lead story. Local carriers struggle as foreign airlines rake in 1.7 billion from Nigerian market. So you can see their illustrations. 2025 weekly foreign airlines flight frequencies report. British Air leading, not really leading. Ethiopian Air, yeah, 27. I think the next to that is KLM, and then we have British with that BA, and then you have the remaining other ones, Turkish Airline, we have African World. But they say, well, so there's something to only 3 Nigerian airlines are either regional or international routes. The airlines are Air Peace, Ibom Air, and Overland Airways. They continue to struggle, commanding just barely 10% market share. The Nigerian market requires an estimated 54,994 seats weekly. So of all this market, we're just tightening it in the sense.
Yes, it's just a pity that they say federal government has been doing a quite fantastic job, but I don't see it that way. $1.7 billion is huge amount of money, and our local carrier, there's a way they can support. They can start with the what's it called, government officials, that if you are flying abroad, it's taxpayers' money, you must use local carrier unless they are not going through to that route. And secondly, they can, they can encourage our local carrier as well to open up other international line, since we don't have a national carrier because it was a shambles before. Late President Muhammadu Buhari, they call them come and dedicate national carrier. Let's put that aside. Let's encourage. That's why we are clamoring for local content. You understand? So it's not when things happen or Nigerians are stranded abroad, then one of the airline Air Peace, let's give it to them. They will, they will now applaud them. Air Peace has gone to airlift Nigeria because of. So what happens? Encourage them to open some other international airline, because they can't do it alone as a local player. They need the backings of the government, and of course they may be crying for subsidies, subsidizing some of the parts, open up a hangar. Can you imagine for them to whether type C check or type A checks or they need to travel miles outside Nigerians to go and do all that. So those are costing us millions of dollars. And just come to think of it, let's say our local airline, they take, let's say, 30% of that money. It's going to do a lot to us. 30% is almost over $300 million. We are not going to pay forex. That money is going to domicile here. But 10% is still just a matter that is nothing to roam about. Government can do a lot for them to make sure our local carrier, they are well patronized.
And it's clear that this is speaking to foreign flights, right? And it's evident. Only Air Peace, Ibom Air, and Overland even do perhaps regional or international. Ghana, Air Peace, London, tries to do London, but others is just more regional. Yes. So naturally, they will have the bigger share. The foreign airlines, because they are the ones that fly. And you see Ethiopian Airlines, because it's very affordable. So I'm sure a lot of people will try to use it. So I think we should first understand. Let's master the local. We're still talking about.
We have conquered the local market, but
let's be able to do it effectively and efficiently. Okay. I think we can still be a lot better. So once, they say charity begins at home. If we're able to conquer it well, conquer regional, then we can begin to talk international. But hey, absolutely, this is not me asking anybody not to aspire, to perspire, to require. Well, there you go. That's the front page of the Guardian newspaper. It's a whole lot to unpack. Also, you see the talk around the APC, state government, El Rufai trading words over insecurity in Kaduna. So big day, really, for the news, but we have to thank you so much, Mr. Dini Ifetaya, for always providing insights, a public affairs analyst, joining us live from our Lagos studio. Thank you so much, Mr. Ifetaya.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to be here once again.
We'll take a quick break now, and when we return, we've had Imo State, Ebonyi State, doing above the nationally agreed minimum wage, but we have 34 more states that are a bit quiet. So what exactly is playing out? Well, NECA is leading the charge, encouraging other states to follow suit. But how will that work? We'll be speaking with the Employers Consultative Association in a moment. Please stay with us.